yeah, so I definitely didn't anticipate that I'd be getting a fucking shell before my mounts would even show up. I was only half-assed making an attempt to find one. Seeing the guy had it listed, it was K ready, $700. I was like, wow, the car, for the most part, looks in really good fucking shape. Full interior and whatnot. And, you know, that's not a bad price considering the fact that the only other hatch I've seen for sale right now was $800 and the entire car looked like that front bumper. Same color too. So I was like, yeah, it's actually not bad. So I shot him prices. I was like 500. I got back a hard no. And 3 hours later, he hit me up and was like, come get it. And I'm like, okay. So I was at work, couldn't go get it right away. I went after right away. Well, not right away, but went after I got done. And yeah, I got it. Now, it was dark. And I'd already pretty much made my mind up that I was going to get it. So I guess all the shit that's wrong with it, I'm going to find out here pretty soon. Like, there's a little annoying things right here. Like, the hood right now is not really in place, not really on. It's in there with zip ties. Same thing with the bumpers on there with zip ties right now. Because, I can't have a derelict looking car sitting here. The plan is to get it to the shop ASAP and get the K-swap. And the K-swap mounts will be here today. So, there's that. But they did do like a tuck and shave for the bang, so the harness is in the floor, so I got to deal with that. And the steering wheel isn't really on there. It's like, okay, there's 2 bolts and those 2 bolts are about to fall off. You can see that there's no fucking ignition. Ah, man. So I got to get keys, and I didn't know that I had no fucking keys until after I already paid for the car. Although I'm pretty sure I would have got it anyway. So I think somebody was going to make a race car out of this thing for sure, because Lexan glass. Somebody was definitely on the way to make a race car and thinking, oh, it's got a rear disc, I think. Except for it's got no fucking hub on it. Oh shit. See, this is what I'm talking about, guys. I'm gonna find out all the shit that's fucked up with it over the course of like the next week or so, especially once I get it to the shop and I can start really going over it. But I think overall, man, besides some shitty fenders and some little bad spots here and there, the body overall is pretty good. This is easily a good flip. So at the end of the day, if it turns out I decide that there's just too much shit to deal with, then I just resort back to my original plan. My original plan was just buy a cheap shell and throw a K-swap in it. But this car looks good enough overall where now I have a dilemma of where I'd like to fucking just keep the damn thing. But we'll see what happens. The car, the title says 2,000 pounds in the car. This would be great for a 300 horsepower in a fucking cane. Also, see, we got them little rust spots right there, and that one is seized up. See that one? I don't know if you can see it. That one rotates a little bit. This one's locked up, so I'd have to hit that with some WD-40 and smack the pin with a hammer a couple times, see if I can get it to loosen up. But apparently, like a lot of I think the wing is supposedly in the car. I don't know for sure. But so worst case scenario, I plop a K at like my basic ass cheapest long block I have in here that I don't care about losing. Throw a K in here, and then it'll be a legit K-swap ready shell because, or no, not really a shell, but it'll be a legit K ready because the K will be in that bitch, And I'm guaranteeing with how clean this body looks and the Lexan glass stuff that I could definitely make the money on it. And I could even do like a basic ass fucking spray job for the fucking for the front end, the nose, just to try and paint match a little better and make it look that much better. I think I could do that for sure. So this is definitely something that I'd be willing to let go, I guess, for the right price. But man, like I said, out of all the shells I was expecting to find or come across, I didn't expect to come across the EG hatch. This is only the second time I've ever owned one. The EG hatch was the very first car, or very first Honda I ever owned. And mine was a shit box. This is in actually a lot better shape than the one that I owned at first. And I wasn't really making an effort to get one of these because generally speaking, when they pop up at a good price, it's because they're garbage, they're junk boxes. And And when they are in somewhat decent shape like this thing is, people want a lot of money. And the guy did want a lot of money. $700 is a lot of money. But despite the little things that are wrong with it, I think $700 wasn't really a bad asking price for this. It's got rims on it, and they're matching, even though I think they're ugly as fuck. But matching rims and wheels. The tires look fucking healthy as shit. The body's cleanish, really cleanish. The paint's good. Lexan glass for the back. I think this is, you know, this is a DX, but I think this is a good fucking buy. This is a good grab. This is one of those things that he told me, because I told you, I'm like, I'm not surprised that you said no to my $500 offer. And I was even more surprised that you came back and said yes a couple hours later. I would have came right away if I hadn't been at work. And I was even more surprised on top of that, the car lasted until the end of the day for me to come and get it. You know, I didn't get there till like almost 10 o'clock at night. I think I did get there at 10 o'clock at night. Because I left work around 9:30, and the drive was an hour or half an hour, and I had to get gas and all that shit. So really surprised the thing lasted as long as it did. But he told me, he's like, yo, people are just asking a lot of bullshit questions and trying to take parts off it as a part out, or offering really low offers. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's my life. That's why I don't advertise locally. I don't really advertise my business. I don't really push my sales. I mean, I have sales posting listed, but I don't bump them up. And a lot of times, 9 out of 10 times, when somebody asks a question on my post, I just ignore it. Especially if it's like one of those, is this still available? That I just don't even open that shit. Because if you ain't even got the time to ask a properly detailed question, then I ain't got time to talk to you. But this is cool. I got into a pinch last night. Blake wasn't able to tow the car because he didn't have it here. Plus, I still have that car in front of my bay that I'm trying to get out of the way. And I need to go to the bay, go to the shop tonight, do all that stuff. I have until May at the shop. You know, that's my last month. I think April's the last time I pay, and May is the last month in there. We have to be out by then. That's more than enough time to mount up the, put the, what's that shit called? The mounts in place and put an engine swap in there. Because I'm not worried about putting the harness on the swap, putting the manifolds on that. I'm just going to put long block of training. And I'm pretty sure I might even have a clutch laying around for a K. So I don't know, or I might even just, you know, spend the money, because like I said, I got a little bit of time before I need to get this done. As far, you know, I have another set of those hood thingies, those hood pins, but this is a shitty hood. I don't know, it's bented. Well, we'll see what happens. But the whole idea is to take it to the shop to put the swap in, and I doubt that I'm actually going to finish it there. It'll most likely get finished here. But get the swap there, put it in, so, because I mean, grass engine cherry picker, you know, I don't know. The ground seems pretty hard packed right here, but I still don't want to do anything like that big here unless I have to. And I got enough time where I don't need to do anything. This car is already a shell, so I just literally need to put the swap in place. And even the when he said K ready, the only thing they've done to this car to make it K ready is they took out that the side bracket, like for the post mount. Or for the passenger side transmission mount, they drilled that out. Nothing else is done. The car has been done to convert to K. But then again, it's an EG, so there's not really too much you have to do. Other than cutting out that fucking mount bracket, the only other thing you really need to do is, you know, cut the harness and merge it with the what's this shit called? The conversion harness. And the conversion harness showed up in the mail yesterday. So fuck me. I might do that. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. Let's see what happens here.